Welcome back to the TD Ameritrade Network. Some drama across the pond. Brexit back in focus. I want to bring in Scott Bauer, the CEO of Prosper Trading Academy, to talk some currency action with us. So we had a pretty interesting day for the pound. It was starting a little bit up, and then it declined again. I think it's like 12 sessions running now. Is the market just giving up hope about some kind of outcome that it wants? You know, Theresa May seems like she's trying to appeal here to someone.
I mean, to anybody, not just
Right,
someone,
exactly.
to anybody, and it looks like that may finally just be exhausted at this point. And yeah, the market was trying to rally on some hopefulness here, and really it just kind of got squashed again, Oliver. I mean, it's certainly been a case of a weak pound, a stronger dollar. You look what happened today, and this was, classic case of buy the enthusiasm, buy the rumor as she was speaking or right before she was speaking, and then, came out, fell on deaf ears, basically lots of emotion out there, and the pound is actually down on the day now.
Yeah. Now, I like to put it as, appeal to anyone, because the message we've got is that she will step down at some point. But until then, it's like votes to do possible votes. Will there be a second referendum? But what's interesting is that the market's now selling off the pound. Even with the possibility of a no Brexit, I'm not going to say it's a possibility because, look, I'm not the political expert on this, Scott, but I've been under the impression that the market has told us that's what they perceive as sort of the positive thing for the pound, or maybe it's just closure in general.
Yeah, I think it's more a closure thing, right? The market does not like uncertainty, and we talk about this all the time. Any market, whether you talk about equities or futures or currencies, just does not like uncertainty. So I think you just hit the nail on the head when you say, okay, maybe there's some finality coming up here, maybe there's some closure.
Yeah. All right. Now, when you look at that, I mean, it all just means dollar stronger, right? I mean, this is kind of where we start off the show today. Yep. Do you trade dollar, Scott, or is it just, if you believe that it's up because the U.S. is strong, then you play equities, or you sell volatility or something else like that?
I actually personally don't trade the dollar. I think it's very interesting. It definitely can be traded. I like to look at some other correlated asset groups, gold being one of them if I'm going to be in the commodity space, certainly the equities. But, you just look at the dollar, and again, we've talked about this for weeks, if not months now, and where else are you going to go, right? It's the best game in town, and there's really a lot of tailwinds behind the dollar here. And, I'm not saying we're getting up to 99 or above that, but we're certainly approaching, those highs coming up here that we've seen over the last 6 months or so, and I don't see what's standing in the way.
Yeah. All right, Scott, tomorrow we get Fed minutes. How important is this, speaking of these kind of macro trades, if we get another use of the word transitory? Market going to freak out or what?
Again, I think we're starting to get to that point, a little bit of complacency, the market being tired of, and I'm not faulting the Fed in any way, shape, or form, but tired of the same sort of rhetoric. So unless there's something really outlying on one side or the other, I don't think we're going to see much of a reaction to rates at all. We've seen rates ticking back up a little bit. I'm still of the belief that there's going to be no interest rate cuts this year, even though that is so against, even what the CME is calling for. I think it's 70% by December, 80% probability maybe by January. I just don't see it.
Yeah. All right, Mr. B, we'll leave it there. Quick hit today. Appreciate it. As we talk a little macro here. We'll be right back. We got 13 minutes from the end of the trading session.